What's good, everybody? Welcome to the MOP podcast. Here today with me, I got Alex. Is in the building. Alex, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Just hanging out. What's going on?
Thank you very much for having the time to being here with me. Last week, or my last episode on this MOP podcast, I got Grande y Sexy with
Oh
me.
yeah.
Dennis. So it was great. So I'm pretty sure that this episode is gonna be great too. We got some pretty hot topics. Um, the breaking news today. I saw the Donovan Mitchell's notification on my phone, and I was like, I really didn't know how to react to the situation because um, obviously they got really important pieces, really young players like Garland, like Mobley, Jared Allen, obviously. But what was your
Right.
reaction to the D Mitchell situation going to Cleveland?
I was pretty surprised. I really thought that the Knicks were gonna get some sort of deal done with that. I thought that they would at least find a way to either make it a three-team deal, whatever it may be, and get a way to bring Donovan Mitchell to New York. But I do have to say that Dennis actually was the one that called it. Um, Dennis actually said he could see Cleveland coming in and making a deal for Donovan Mitchell and getting him. So I got to give that one up to Dennis for calling that.
Yeah, man. I was before doing this dream. I was thinking, oh, I've heard someone saying that, but I didn't remember who it was. And I remember because he mentioned the option of putting in the trade
hmm
Sexton, Colin Sexton, because he's having an issue with his contract. He got a new contract, obviously with Utah. I think he got like $72 million guaranteed. We know
Yep.
that he's very passionate. He's a dog. He likes to play. Maybe that's like for me from a Danny Ainge standpoint. For me, it was like he's getting his Marcus Smart. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, he
Like
Danny Ainge, I mean, got everything he really could have wanted. I mean, now he has three more unprotected picks. He got two more pick swaps. So, I mean, in the next like 5, 6 years, they have some crazy amount of first round picks and pick swaps that, I mean, they can get pretty much anybody they want to get to actually rebuild their team. And it's great for Utah because that next guy coming up, Victor Wambayana. I mean, if they can get
Wembayama,
Victor, yeah, if they can get Victor, that's huge for them.
he's a monster, right? He's like 7'3", 7'4". He's like a video game character.
Oh yeah, 7'3", 7'4" can handle the ball, can
Shoot the
shoot,
three.
can yep. His defense is amazing. He was averaging like 4 or 5 blocks a game. That kid is gonna be big time.
Maybe the only issue is his frame. He's a little bit skinny, not as skinny as Chet. We obviously saw I saw your episode and that was great. When you
Mhm.
talk about the Holmgren injury, ankle injury.
Right.
But what do you think that's gonna play a big a significant role of team drafting him?
I don't. I mean, it'll definitely be a role, but I think that whoever has the number one pick is still gonna get him, just because you don't see a person like that come around often. So at that point, you're gonna take the risk and you're gonna go for him because there's. I mean, you could go for somebody else, but then if he does turn into what everyone was expecting, then you look bad because you passed up on him. So
Yeah.
it definitely is something to look for because I mean, like you just said, we just saw Chet get hurt. We've seen a lot of guys with that kind of frame get hurt. So hopefully he can put on some weight. But I think he's French, so I'm pretty sure he'll be
Yeah,
under the wing of like Rudy Gobert and those guys. So I'm sure he has some pretty good people giving him advice.
and I saw an interview of him, and I was really mad because he speaks English very well. So I'm trying to I'm trying to get better, man. Who's
I
your
got you. I
favorite?
got you.
Who's your favorite team to land Victor Wembanyama next year? Maybe it's the Sport. We got the San Antonio Spurs. We got Utah. We got the OKC. A lot of teams have been tanking. Who's your favorite?
Um, at this point, now that the trade is finally done, I think it's gonna be Utah because San Antonio trading away DeJounte Murray was big for them in their tanking efforts, but they still have some pretty good players in Vassell. They have Keldon Johnson and Pirtle, and they have some guys there that can win them more games than Utah has. I mean, Utah's best players are like Mike Conley and Bogdanovich, and after them, it's just kind of everybody
Clarkson. We
that they
got
traded
Clarkson.
for. Yeah, that's true too. Clarkson is still there. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up trading Clarkson during the season. Just
Yeah, for
because
sure.
at this point, nobody else is there. You might as well trade him as well. So, but yeah, I think Utah right now would probably be the one that I would bet on to be the getting Victor.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, putting this name Donovan Mitchell with this young Caps team, we got as I've said, Garland. You got Okoro. You got a bunch of players. Do you think that the missing piece is LeBron? They got the point guard. We got they got the shooting guard. They got the power forward, and they got the center. Do you think that the missing piece is LeBron?
Oh, I mean, if they had LeBron on this team, that's an instant championship type of team. I mean that would
That
probably
would be
be
great.
even.
That would be great.
Oh yeah, even
Some
though
people call
LeBron
me a
has
LeBron
played.
hater, but I don't hate LeBron.
I mean, I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but I respect how good he is.
Yeah,
um,
that's the difference, you know. Same.
right, right, but this would be probably one of like the best team. If you put LeBron on this team and you didn't take anyone off of it, it would probably be one of the best teams that LeBron has actually played for.
Yeah, definitely. And Mobley, do you think
But
that Mobley is like he's like an defensive player of the year candidate in the future?
I don't know about defensive player of the year. I mean, he's been getting a little bit better, but Cleveland's defense got a lot worse once Jared Allen got hurt. Um, like Jared Allen is the heart of that defense, and as long as he's healthy, their defense will be perfectly fine. I do think that
The
Mobley
throat.
can get some. Yeah. I do think that Mobley can get some All-Star games, and I think that he could be a second-team All-NBA type of player. But I don't know about Defensive Player of the Year, though. I think Jared Allen is going to be the one that's locking that up for them.
Yeah, Jared Allen is like the the edge of the team. They
Yeah.
got the in the defensive side. They got obviously he's a rim protector. Mobley is more like a weak side defender. He likes to block shot. He obviously has he has a great wingspan. Um, so we'll see. Do you think that? Do you saw the Garland's comments saying that they were gonna make the Eastern Conference Final this year, way before this Donovan Mitchell trade?
I actually did not see that, but now that the trade happened, I wouldn't be surprised if they did make the conference finals.
Yeah, for me, I uploaded a photo of Mitchell going to the Caps, and I put, do you guys think that the Cavaliers are now a contender, or they are going to the Eastern Conference Finals? For me, as you said, they had a great chance. They have to stay healthy. Obviously, they got to play through the regular season, but they are a great team.
Oh yeah.
I have another topic here, the RJ Barrett extension. Man, this was before D. Mitchell got traded. Now that we have, let's go back in time before this Donovan Mitchell trade. What was your reaction to the RJ Barrett extension with the Knicks?
So I thought it was pretty interesting because it said like the Knicks were pretty much saying, okay, we're not trading RJ Barrett unless we get 3-4 team deal in here. And the moment they made that extension, they made it harder to actually trade for Donovan Mitchell. So it seemed like to me that the Knicks were kind of like, okay, we're only trading for Mitchell if you agree to our terms. If you don't, then we're just standing still. We're not doing
Yeah.
any kind of deal, anything like that. Do I think RJ Barrett deserves 120 million? That's a different question.
A whole different question. Yeah.
Like RJ Barrett, I mean, he's been getting better. He's a good player, but $120 million good, I don't really necessarily agree with that.
It's unbelievable. Some people
Oh
were
yeah.
saying that RJ was struggling on college because he had a great not great shooters around him, or but now we have seen that he is not that type of player to me that gets
Right.
like 120 million. But great for him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, if you can get that money, go ahead and get it.
Yeah. Do you think that the Knicks should have pulled the trigger in this situation? That we going all in? To me, I have to say that I really didn't like the Jalen Brunson signing. Didn't like it. What was your
Mhm.
reaction to that question? To that situation?
So yeah, so the Jalen Brunson signing, they've been needing a point guard for a long time, and I wasn't surprised that they overpaid for a point guard the moment a good one came available. So, I mean, I don't think it's the best signing they could have made, but it's okay. But I think that there was portions of the deal that I think they should have pulled the trigger on. Like when Danny Ainge was asking for like 5 picks plus RJ plus Quentin Grimes and all of those guys, like, yeah, don't do that. I'm I'm one of the
Yeah,
the
that's too
people
much.
that exactly. I'm one of the people that thinks you shouldn't mortgage your whole team and future for one or two guys, because then it happens like, you turn into right now the Brooklyn Nets. They haven't won anything yet and they don't have any sort of picks left for anything. And then, I mean, even with I am born and raised a Sixers fan. So even when like the Sixers traded for James Harden and all that kind of stuff, I got worried because I'm like, well, now if you don't win, you're not going to win for the next 7 years because you got no picks, you have no young players. That's why keeping Tyrese Maxey was important to me. So I don't think the Knicks should have traded all of those things that Danny Ainge was asking for. But the most recent offer that they put in, I think I would have taken. It was something like 2 or 3 picks plus Evan Fournier, Quentin
Obi
Grimes,
Toppin.
and Obi Toppin. Like that one, I probably would have pulled the trigger on.
Yeah, I would have too. I got a question for you regarding the 76ers. Do you think that was
Mhm.
maybe the main reason that the beer took a pay cut?
Oh yeah. I think
Definitely, right?
I do truly think that he actually decided like James Harden looks right now like he is at the point that okay, I have plenty of money. I put up all the stats when I was in Houston. The
I
one
hang
thing
out with the
left is
rappers.
winning. Yeah, exactly. Hangs out with all the rappers and the
He's
famous
single. He's
people.
also single, by the way.
Yeah.
So he's living his best life. He's been living his best life all his life.
Exactly. So now the only thing left is win a championship. So at that point, I mean, why not take a pay cut, get better players, and make a run for a championship?
They signed with that money. They signed P.A. Tugger. They signed the Anthony Melton before.
Yep.
So they got a great team. They obviously were were subject of tampering rules
Right.
violations.
Yeah.
What was as a 76er fans? What was your reaction to the Michael Rubin stepping aside? Because for people that don't know, he's the owner, I guess, of Fanatics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's been being a trailblazer. I was watching his interview with Colin Cowherd. It was great. What was your opinion about the that situation?
It made sense because I kept seeing a bunch of reports saying that Fanatics was going to get into like the sports betting business. So having
Gambling,
so having a co-owner that's also into gambling isn't a good look. That's
and he also
that
likes
that
to
would
hang out
probably
with the rapper.
right. And then he introduces the rappers and the players and everything like that. So, I mean, apparently the tampering is stemming from Michael Rubin as it is. So, if he stayed on as a co-owner, the tampering would be even worse. So, I'm fine with it. I like Michael Rubin though. The guy's awesome. I mean, a great businessman and he's been doing a lot for the Sixers in general. So, that I mean, he's great, and hopefully he does keep like recruiting people for the Sixers.
Yeah, definitely. Colin Cowherd got the last question of the interview was, what would you like to have like a memorabilia piece? Cowherd said
Mhm.
that he wanted to have the Muhammad Ali like, boxing gloves, and Michael Rubin said, let me think about it. I want a 76ers 2023, 2022, 2023 championship ring.
Okay,
So do you think that
yeah.
this,
See,
do you,
I agree with
he's
him.
trying? He's trying. At
Yeah,
least he's trying. Do you think that they
no,
can
for
win the
sure.
championship next year
I think
with a
they
healthy
definitely
Embiid?
can. Yeah, if Embiid stays healthy, if James Harden comes back to the not even the Houston James Harden, but like somewhat close to Houston James Harden, if he comes back to that level, that's huge. Tyrese Maxey looks
Like
like he's gonna
27,
take
maybe
another step.
28 points.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Like right around like 27, 28 with like 9, 10 assists a game. That's all you need right there because the team got better. PJ Tucker now he can hit corner threes and things like that. D'Anthony Melton is
Defend
good
like a
off the
fox,
bench.
crazy like a fox.
Yep, exactly. Tobias Harris now is going to be open way more often than he was on the team before. And Tyrese Maxey is going to be even better. I just said this on our last episode, actually. I could see Tyrese Maxey averaging around 21, 22 points a game this year. I think Tyrese Maxey is going to take another big step, and he's going to be their third star, and like really be a star, not just like the number three guy, kind of like Tobias Harris used to be.
Yeah, we got a comment here. Strogo oficial, that's my pana. Ese Strogo. He's saying, "Let's go." We got a great show here with Alex. The next topic that I have for you, that I wanted to talk about is the Gilbert Arenas hating on Giannis. Um, I was thinking about it. Do you think that one of the main reasons that Giannis is being quote unquote being hated by all the players is that he's not American, North American,
I
that he's
definitely
a
think that
foreigner?
plays. Yeah, I definitely think that plays a part of it because it seems to be that way pretty often. I think the only person who's not from the U.S. that doesn't get a lot of hate is probably Luka Doncic. The rest of
Yeah,
them seem to get like a good bit of hate. Jokic. I've always been, I'm a Sixers fan, so I'm always gonna say Embiid. There you go. I was always cheering for Embiid to get the MVPs and everything, but just like we said about LeBron, I don't hate Jokic. I respect his game. I'm just not a big Jokic fan.
damn. That's okay. That's okay. I respect
Yeah.
your honesty, man.
Thank you. But yeah, so I definitely think that plays a part with Giannis. And the other thing is too with Giannis, I think that one thing that people tend to overlook is just the fact that so he doesn't have this, like he doesn't shoot
Bag,
threes.
the
Right.
bag, the motherfucking bag.
Exactly. Exactly. He doesn't shoot threes. He doesn't have like flashy moves all the time. It's literally just he gets up the court before everyone else and can dunk it on anybody. And he can outstrength
Like Shaq.
anybody. Exactly. Exactly. He's essentially more of a modern day athletic Shaq. But so the hating on him is ridiculous because like he's won multiple MVPs, he's won a championship, he's won a Finals MVP, a
A
defensive
defensive player of the year.
Yep, multiple all defense teams, all NBAs, all stars, everything. I mean,
Dishing dimes.
yep, exactly. The stats and everything speak for themselves. So we talked about this too, and I said the only thing I can say that is somewhat true from what Gilbert Arenas was talking about is Giannis hasn't added any kind of like offensive aspects to his game. Like he hasn't
That's
gotten
true.
better.
I
at
gotta
three-point
give
shooting.
that to Gil.
Right. Exactly. Like he
Yeah.
hasn't added 3-point shooting. His
Like a
free
pump
throw
fake.
shooting,
He doesn't have a pump fake. The counter move.
Right.
The counter to the counter move.
Right, exactly. His free throw shooting isn't great. And when he plays in the post, he doesn't have like a post move. He doesn't have like a hook
Yeah.
shot or
Not
a
at all.
fadeaway.
And
Exactly.
Embiid is more dominant. Even Jokic. To me, Jokic is more dominant in the post.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna have a guy that isn't shooting or anything, you got to be even better close to the rim. So he has to develop
Come on.
something in that respect.
Come on, man. Look what we got here. My
Oh,
a friend of
man.
mine. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I mean,
Damn.
hopefully he's an
God
Embiid fan too.
damn, man. Yeah. Do you think that maybe going off topic, do you think that Jokic he can win the third MVP in a row like Larry Bird did back in the 80s?
So I think he has the skill to, but I don't think that the NBA is going to give it to him. I think it's going to be
Hating hating on foreign
Yeah.
on foreign players, man. Come on.
I think it's going to be that
The media,
politics
not
game.
the media. The media.
Right. It's going to
Yeah,
be the
yeah, yeah.
politics because like how Giannis didn't win a third one. I mean, even LeBron probably should have like 5 or 6 MVPs by now, to be honest. But
He should have been the first unanimous MVP. Someone fucking voted for
yeah.
Carmelo.
Yep. Just want that one person. So like that's the thing that I feel like the media, once they vote somebody a couple MVPs, they start to get like they just want to change it up just to change it up, not because that other person deserves an MVP.
Yeah. Going back to Giannis, do you think that people, or in this case, other players, are judging Giannis through a wrong lens? Like as you said, he's a modern Shaq. Some people are expecting him to be like a modern wing, like KD, handling the ball, like Tatum, shooting threes, offside threes. Do you think that we have a wrong, that those type of people have a wrong perception of Giannis?
Yeah, I do, because Giannis to me is way more of a center than
Definitely.
like a power forward or wing player. Like people are trying to think of him, like you said, as a KD who's 7 feet tall but can do everything a guard can do. Like Giannis, when Giannis first came to the NBA, he looked like he wasn't gonna be much of anything. I mean,
He was skinny as fuck.
Oh, yeah, skinny. He was skinny as fuck, and he like couldn't really handle the ball. He couldn't shoot. He couldn't really do much because he just started playing basketball not too long before he even got to the NBA. So,
Yeah.
I mean, even look at his brothers. His brothers aren't on the same level as he is, but they're all close to the same size and everything that he was when he came into the NBA and everything too. So,
he
it
grew he grew,
shows.
right, like 4 inches,
Yeah,
right?
he grew 3 4 inches. Put on like had to be like 40 pounds of muscle.
Damn, of pure
Like,
muscle. He's like a
oh
tank.
yeah, yeah. Because like when you see the pictures of him now versus his rookie year, he looks like a completely different person.
It's like a cyborg,
Right, exactly. So now,
like a
like that's
goddamn
what.
cyborg.
So that's what people are trying to think of him as, a KD, but like we should be thinking of him more as like a center, like a Shaq or somebody in that regard, because that's more of his game. His game is beat you by strength, speed, power, all that kind of stuff, not finesse. Finesse is not Giannis's game.
Yeah, and he has mentioned that he only wants to dunk the ball. That when he trains, he's like going hard to the rim and dunking. Have you seen the Giannis piece that Watch did on Spotify?
No, I haven't seen that.
That's a great one, man. It's like the story on Giannis.
Okay.
Like a few episodes. Some people don't know that Giannis, when he was younger, he was having some issues with his liver. There is an anecdote where he goes to the doctor, and the doctor calls back the trainer in this case, and he said, "Oh, can you bring back tomorrow? Can you bring your grandfather tomorrow, please?" And he was like, "Your grandfather? No, that's like a 15, 17-year-old kid. No, 15." And he said, "Oh, because his liver is damaged, like an 80-year-old person." So
Oh
Yanis
wow.
has been dealing with that ever since. Obviously, maybe that limited in some type of way his growth. He shared food with his brothers. When he got food for himself, he always shared with his brother. So that's a great story, man. Yanis coming from nothing, from Greece, speaking broken English like me, dominating the NBA, man. It's great, man.
Oh yeah, I love Giannis as a person, and I mean even as a player. Like Giannis, I get Giannis on my fantasy team almost every year.
Yeah, arguably the top fantasy player, right?
Oh yeah, for
He's
sure.
gonna give you 30 points, some 14 boards, six assists, a couple
Yep.
blocks.
And he doesn't
It's
miss
great,
many
man.
shots because he's not taking like outside shots or anything. So you're not getting many
That's what
minus
people don't
points.
talk about. He's very efficient, taking shots
Exactly.
around the rim. So, going to the next topic, I gotta give you props for saying correctly the name of my country.
Oh yeah, Chile.
Yeah, man, Chile. Yeah, here we say Chile, but from obviously most of the people say it like Chile.
I got you.
That's great, man. And today officially started the month of our countries. Like people start drinking from all September long.
Oh wow, we
September,
need a holiday like
September
that
8th.
here.
Yeah, it's great, man. You see the everywhere. It's like the 4th of July, but
Okay.
here is like the 18th of September. We got
Okay, gotcha.
another comment here is Antero Kraken. Yeah, that's the nickname of Yanis.
Okay, I like that one.
One of the last Antero Kraken. One of the last topic that I got for you, and thanks for being here. Obviously,
Thanks for
Jeannie
having me
Boss.
on.
She's in an interview with Sam Amick of the Athletic. I listened to it. It was great. Um, what was your reaction when she said first that Russ was the best player last year, and then she retracted and said that, oh, I should have used more consistent.
I
Was she
mean,
was she sending a shot to LeBron?
I don't think she was sending a shot to LeBron. I think the big thing she was saying is that Russ at least was healthy. Like Anthony
He was
Davis was
available to
healthy.
play games.
Exactly. I know that this is one of Dennis's favorite topics. That Anthony Davis, as he called, I think he said it on your show when he was on here. He said he's street clothes. Like Anthony Davis.
Like Charles Barkley.
Exactly. Anthony Davis, just you can never depend on him because you never know how long he's going to be out, whether he's going to play, whatever it
He
is.
played like 41 games,
Exactly. And when the Lakers
shooting
won,
19% from three.
oh yeah, that was really bad. That was worse than Giannis.
Struggling.
But that's like when they won the championship in the bubble, that was because you had like a 4 to 5 month break where Anthony Davis got healthy again, LeBron got healthy again. All those guys were able to rest up, rest their bodies and everything. So yeah, that team, when they're fully rested, fully healthy, that team is up there with the best of the best. But last year, I feel like Russell Westbrook got all the hate for no reason because people were just upset that the Lakers were losing, they didn't make the playoffs, so on and so forth. Whereas Russell Westbrook was at least the one busting his ass. He was out there every game trying to do whatever the team needed to
shooting
win.
bricks. He was there consistently shooting bricks.
He was, exactly.
But he was there.
Like, I'm not going to say Russ had an amazing season. He definitely had especially on his standards, had a bad season. But you can't fault the guy for going out there giving it everything he got every single game. So you can't say the same about a lot of guys on the Lakers because they were either hurt or they weren't good enough to even be on the court.
Yeah, definitely. So we will see what happened with the Lakers. Obviously, they got Patrick Beverley. What was your reaction to that trade?
Oh, I think that's going to be hilarious seeing how Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook play together.
The instigators.
And they used to hate each other, like big time hate each other. So
they've been beefing like for 10 years, 10 plus years.
Yep. And that one time that Westbrook got hurt was because Beverly dove into his knee. So,
but that's what I like. That's why I like Patrick Beverley, man. He's not messing around.
Oh yeah. No, I love Beverly's attitude and his like way he plays the game. I was at the Sixers game when Minnesota came to town, and Beverly wasn't even playing, but he literally never sat on the bench. He was up yelling at people. Chirping. Oh yeah, yelling at his team, yelling at the other team, yelling at the fans. He was literally talking the whole game long. So it was, some teams need a guy like that, and the Lakers don't have really anybody to do that kind of thing right now. So
yeah, we know LeBron and AD ain't gonna do the dirty work.
Exactly.
But that's the type of player that I like. I was never really good at basketball. I played soccer when I was young. Okay. But I would like to be like a type of Draymond Green, like Patrick Beverley, talking shit to the referee, talking shit to my teammate, talking shit to the opponent, to the crowd, to everything, man. The last topic that I got, this is a segment that I've been implementing for the last couple of episodes. It is called Cash and Shoot. Dennis last week said that we were talking about Gilbert Arenas, and he said like it's called Cash and Shoot, but I'm not gonna die, right? And I would say, no, man, don't worry.
No guns in the locker room here.
No guns allowed. No guns allowed. Yeah. This is privacy policy. This is Cash and Shoot. I'm gonna give you a topic, and you're gonna give me your response. What do you think about the Aaron Rodgers back situation? The once again.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how I feel about him in general. It's kind of like another one of the people, like, I respect him, but I'm not a huge fan of him.
Another single person. We were talking about Harden, now Aaron Rodgers. Colin Cowherd had a rant about this.
True.
I don't agree with that, but whatever.
Yeah, he still has the stats. He's one of the best to do it. So,
and he lost Adams.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big thing to watch. Is like, I don't know how he's gonna play now when he has. I think his number one receiver is like Alan Lazard, So
Yeah, lizard. He's a
yeah,
lizard.
yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be funny to see if he actually is still as good as he usually is.
Obviously, we I don't know if you saw a couple of clips of his appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast. He said
Uh,
he admits taking Percocets while playing last year. We saw that he came here to South America to take some ayahuasca. So we know that he has the lighting,
yep.
and like Dennis said. Like LeBron, he's the Illuminati, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he looks like the type of guy that would show up. I mean, already high and just be like, "Okay, I guess we're playing football today."
Man, that's why I really like Aaron Rodgers, man. He sometimes he's crazy like a fox, like Kyrie. But that's a
Oh
topic
yeah.
for another day. The last topic that I got for you is we've seen the comments of LeBron regarding his situation and wanting to play with Bronny. Now he has said that he wants to play with Bryce. Do you think that LeBron is going to take Donald Trump advice to heart and become a woman and play in the WNBA with?
Oh man, I mean, if he did, he'd be playing in the WNBA for ages.
Do you think that can cement the legacy of LeBron as the GOAT?
Hey, I mean, nobody has ever won an NBA championship and a WNBA championship. So if he won both, I mean, if he won both, you gotta give it to him. Nobody's done that before.
That's the greatest accomplishment from a basketball player. He's also gonna play in the Olympics for the women's team. So he's gonna have a gold medal in the men's and.
Oh man, I mean, hey, if he wants to play till he's 50, that's what you gotta do.
Like Brady.
Exactly. I will say too, I actually think Bryce is gonna be better than Bronny.
He's taller, right? He's like 6'7", man.
Yeah, he had a huge growth spurt, but already I kind of like Bryce's skills way more than Bronny's. So I think
Bronny
Bryce is gonna be a better player.
It's like a M word, M.
Yeah.
Like a midget, man.
Yeah.
I've heard some people saying that he's like 6'4". Come on, man. No way in hell he's 6'4", man.
He looks like 6'1", 6'2" at the
6'1",
most.
yeah. Like, come on, that's too small, man. 6'1".
I know.
Oh.
Because if you're that small, you got to be Donovan Mitchell level good. Because Donovan Mitchell's 6'2".
Yeah.
So
or shoot the ball like Curry.
Exactly. If you're not that good, then you're probably not going to make it.
Definitely. So we'll see what happened with him. Now you know what LeBron needs to do in order to become the greatest of all time.
Exactly.
You got the answer here. Today I got with me my man Alex. Thank you so much for being here with me, man. It really means a lot to me for you to come here and have a conversation and chop it up. It's great, man. And I'm a fan. And I have to admit that I'm a great fan of your work, alongside Dennis and the third host. I don't know, John.
Mike.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
No,
So
I appreciate
thank you, man.
that.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on. It's great. I just love talking hoops, and I've seen some of your episodes too. I try to hold a translator because I'm not that. I know a little bit of Spanish from like high school and stuff. I took some classes, but not
Man,
that much.
I really appreciate that too, man. People from the U.S. Learning a little bit of Spanish. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the reason why I knew it was Chile.
Great, man. That's great, man. Obviously, and we here in Chile we talk like a different type of Spanish, so it's even more difficult to
Okay.
understand us. So thank you very much, man. I really, really appreciate you coming by. So until next time, this has been the MOP podcast here with Alex. Um, Maybe we'll have another collaboration in the future. Maybe we're talking
For
about the
sure.
NFL or the NBA. That's great. Where before we go, where can people find you, your work, your handle on Twitter?
Yeah,
Twitter.
so everywhere you can find me on. I mean, I also run all the Atlantic Files social accounts, so everywhere on socials,
Great.
it's either Atlantic Files or the Atlantic Files. Myself, I'm just on Twitter at __ fish FISCH, and yeah, just find us all on there. Just the biggest thing is on YouTube, so the Atlantic Files on YouTube. That's the most active thing we have going. So check us out on there.
Unfiltered, no agenda, like myself, man. Obviously, I got the name of my podcast is the MOP, the Mario Operandi podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much, man. Until next time, this has been the MOP podcast. Peace.